Gotta say, this was like the best entry into any of these that I've seen. Like, half naked dude on the screen. Yes. So that said, I wanted to do like a playthrough of the game, and I guess parts of it will end up as tutorials for people if they're interested.
That is a Sheikah slate. Take it. It will help guide you after your long slumber.
Recently watched some speed runs, which were pretty cool, but I'm a lot more about actual gameplay than how fast you get through it. Oh, also, I'm playing this with the Switch controllers, but it's the controls it's showing are all for, I think, PlayStation, so they're a little bit different, but, you know.
Hold the Sheikah slate up to the pedestal. That will show you the way. Link, you are the light. Our light. That must shine upon Hyrule once again. Now go.
You know, I realized it was for the game, but, I mean, when you think about it, it's kind of weird. They brought him here. Oh, spoilers, by the way. They brought him here at the time, and then took all his clothes off and left him crappy clothes that were not the clothes he had. Like, why not just leave those clothes for him? I bet they were proud of this. It's such a nice landscape. Yes, what is this? A stick. Just casually collecting bugs that you see on trees and mushrooms. You know, I just realized that this sort of tells kids, hey, this is a great idea. Go up to random things and eat weird mushrooms and pick up lizards and things. What is this random fruit? Apparently I'm a little bit unco right now. So this guy is a pretty major part of the tutorial, but I don't care for the tutorial super. Maybe I should, since that's what I'm doing, really. Yeah. Yeah, he says a similar thing if you take his baked apple, so... This is like maybe the 5th time I've played this through, and I've never done that before, so... Always learning new things about this game. Oh, good. I thought he was sparing us the life story. You're a ghost of your former self. Oh, pardon me. So, if you want to swan dive off of something, into the water, stand at the edge and just press jump, really. So forward and then jump, and it just automatically does it, which is pretty cool. And if you see those circly things a bunch or anywhere, definitely jump into them because Korok seeds. Here, random stranger, take this thing that belongs to someone else.
Link. Head for the point marked on the map on your Sheikah slate.
She's like, no, don't just be random. Do the story stuff. No random. Oh. So it didn't do the automatic swan dive there because the rock was shaped like out, and so the very edge was like you might jump onto rock and not the water. This game's been less than fun in the water sections are like a major part of it, and I'm pretty afraid of water, gotta say. Like large bodies of water and being in them, so that part's less than cool. Oh crap. That was lucky. I leapt off and I landed on the wall instead of on the floor, which could have been fall damage, which would have hurt. Oh, there we go, that's where I want to be. Stole his bat or club, actually, in this case, and killed him with it. Kind of mean, really. Do you reckon those are meant to be the pants that he wore 100 years ago? Basically, this whole thing is going to be a huge thing of spoilers if you haven't already played through or know what the game's about at this point. Although you should have, because it came out in like 2017 or something, so by now, if you don't know what it's about, I'm pretty sure that was on purpose. Where am I? Oh, right, I'm going in totally the wrong direction. Alrighty. You know, the first time I played through this, I was super nostalgic, and I guess that was probably what they were hoping for, in that, like, look around, the ruins are pretty reminiscent of all the other games, or at least the ones I played. Like, the structures definitely remind me of those games, so... Nice. Although, really not nice. I mean, they were just casually having a conversation and then all of a sudden rock and then you're dead. Like... I read someone's thing about the monsters and how they just, you know, like if you look at them, they'll sit there and they'll chat with each other and they're pretty human-esque in that regard. I mean, they really only get, like, super aggro when they see Link. Other than that, they're just sort of existing, which makes me feel really bad for killing them. I mean, not bad enough to not do it, but, you know. Come and get me. Oh. There we go. Got him. The sword. Alright, so I'm gonna do a thing. See if I can't sneak up on these two. Take them out and then steal their bows. So the thing I've noticed is if you take archers out before they spot you, generally speaking, they'll drop arrows as well as their bows, which is cool. Oh, hold on. Ooh, that was pretty close. Okay. The sneaky thing. It's a pretty good way of getting through monster sections if you aren't opposed to it, is saving and then reloading. I know a lot of people call it cheating, and I guess it kind of is, but if they didn't want you to do it, they wouldn't allow you to do it, you know, when they were designing it. This area is pretty good for collecting a bunch of arrows. Well, I mean, I guess the tutorial section's pretty good for that. Because that's exactly why it's that way, I guess. They wanted us to have a good chance of doing it, trying out all, well, most of the features before we get out into like the real world, which is more dangerous. So I guess it's the equivalent of school. The first time I played it, I ended up on top instead of underneath, and I was like, yeah, I'm there, I can't find the freaking thing. Took ages. By the time I got off and come back around, I was like, wow, I'm such an idiot. Fair. Oh yeah, green screen for the cutscenes, because awkward. I love this section where they do that.
You have been asleep for the past 100 years. The beast. When the beast regains its true power, this world will face its end.
Surprised you didn't just leap off the tower at that point, like, yeah, no, I'm gonna nope right out of here.
Now then, you must hurry, Link. Before it's too late.
That didn't take half long, did it? It's like 20 minutes to get to that section. Got the first time you do that and they show you the animation for it, like, oh yeah, this is what he's doing. Speaking of which, the first time that I did this game, well, the tutorial through, it took me the longest time to find all 4 of these, because I kept finding ones that were off the plateau. And I was like, I found them. Well, actually, I found lots of them, and I can't reach them because they're off the plateau. Where's the thing? I think I ended up having to look it up to figure it out. So. And I feel like cheating, so instead of doing what the game wants me to do... Oh, no, you have to. Part of the game. Oh man, this bit sucks. Can you imagine being fit enough to just... Oh yeah, I'm just gonna climb down from this insanely tall spot. Just like... There it is, climbing down the edge of a thing. Yikes. Gotta say, this guy... He's just... all kinds of athletic that I am not. You gotta get just the right angle, or you end up falling through the crack there, and then death, and despair, and sadness. You called me what? Absolutely nothing. Looks like he's decided definitely going to be spilling his life path to this random stranger. Ugh, do I have to follow you? Sure. But, you know, never do anything that they want you to do. Apparently that was a steep section. You know, I'd be curious to play this on Master Mode, I believe it's called. I've played it through quite a few times on regular, and it would be interesting to see the differences. I'm told that there's like a lot more danger even just in the tutorial. Another interesting thing is, see those, the ones that suddenly come to life. I've found that if you're lucky, if you're not looking at them, and the same with the monsters as well, if you're not looking at them, generally speaking, they just sort of ignore you. So if you keep the camera facing a different direction and there's like the riding bokoblins or whatever, generally speaking, they'll just be like, yeah, no, that's not my problem. Someone else can deal with that. I didn't mean to skip the first section there. It's just automatic at this point. So... bombs, because who doesn't like blowing things up? That was a bit closer than I would have liked. So the plan is to pretty much go through the whole game as sort of like run through to give basically anyone who's interested a look at it. But I'm certainly not an expert, so there's probably going to be things that I miss, like chests that I don't know that they're there, or sections that I still haven't gotten. I mentioned before that I'm still seeing new things, but should be interesting to at least have a look. It was certainly interesting doing it this way the first time, because I'm used to playing the ones where you sort of see him from like above, you know, so you're sort of looking in from the ceiling and you're seeing the entire layout, whereas this was pretty different than that. The first time that I saw it, I was like, wow, it's not quite first person, but it's a lot more than, you know, being as far back from, you know, the action. That landing though, once you get the paraglider, it's a much neater landing. Such a good game. So even though it's super cool seeing them sort of disintegrate into nothingness, I'm going to be skipping a lot of those bits and pieces from now, pretty much, because they take a long time to get through. So, not to mention it's just a normal thing that I always do. So. Brat. My god, could you imagine being someone from the Sheikah tribe, like, the kind of technology that built those things? Amazing. You know, the speedrunners don't even bother with most of the tutorial stuff. Gotta say, it's growing on me, the idea. Still, most of the game there's not heaps of dialogue, so it's just really the first part that's super heavy on it. And because I have DLC stuff, I get cool stuff like this. There we go. You know, as I said, I'm still finding new stuff. I literally only just found that particular one on this last run through that I did. Alright. So that one's gonna wake up when we go past it, which is annoying. But... oh, that's right. Duh. You press double X because you're expecting something and it just doesn't happen. Alright, if I'd gotten closer, that guardian would have woken up, but I did not want to get closer, so I didn't. This poor guy just jogging along. I think they did a pretty good job of giving us a little taste of the different regions that you're going to go through just in the tutorial section. Because up there, where I'm looking right now, there's a bunch of like, snow and stuff, and that's one of the regions. And this open field here is pretty reminiscent of Hyrule Field, which is pretty nice. I say nice, but I guess if you don't like grassy plains and things, it's not very nice, but you know. Huh. Just mash the A button to get what you want. Pot lid. What is this spicy pepper? That's another thing. You can just casually go into people's houses and steal their stuff. Imagine people sitting there like, what are you doing? Why are you stealing my food? Because one of the things I sort of learned going along this game is that don't follow the road. Like, the road is probably the quickest path to death. Like, most monsters are along the road. So, you know. But I guess they did that because this one's got some pretty awesome climbing capabilities compared to most games. And they wanted to sort of force you off the beaten track, so to speak, to use the capabilities that they built into the game. So, you know. So, again, snow. No, it's super cold, I must leave so I don't die. But also... stealing their food. Yeah, that's the thing about the tutorial, is it's pretty easy, sort of, so you can just kind of run away from everything if you want, which you sort of do at this level with 3 hearts. So I want... oh, the fish aren't in the corner there. That's where they were the last time. Alright. Whoop. Don't fall off, Link. There they are. So, a lot of people's favourite way of fishing, and I happen to agree, is to chuck a bomb into the thing there, and then the fish are kaput. Because otherwise they see you coming and they're like, no! And you know, for some reason the bomb doesn't just blow them up. They should just be shredded pieces of fish, but they are not. See, look, if you come near and they're like, oh my god, human. Or rather, Hylian, I guess, in this case. And then they go down deep, so... Alright. So now that I've got some food, like ingredients and things, I can go back to the woodsman's cabin. Oh, nighttime. Alright, and the last one. There we go. So, a good way of swapping between enemies super quickly is the... I can't remember what it's called, but this button here. So, that's what that does. Well, essentially what it does is it brings your shield up to face someone, so it locks onto the target. So, I appear to be doing something. Oh yes, there we go. Spears I like better than two-handed weapons of like broadswords and things, because the broadswords take a lot longer to wield, and so the enemy's got more chance to attack you. So, you know. But, you know, they've also got a higher, like, damage to the enemy. So, 6 of 1 as to which one you want to use, really. Man, we're on 40 minutes here now, recording. It takes a long time to get through the tutorial when you do it properly. And even this isn't really properly. Of course, the speedrunners have gotten through the entire game, like, twice now, like, at this time. I think the world record for Breath of the Wild is 24 minutes, so... Obviously, you lose a lot of gameplay for that one, but... You know... Literally being the best in the world's gotta have some perks, right? I wonder what will happen if I use 5 of them and just cook them up, like... 5 of those, what's this? "12 minutes and 30 seconds. Well, I'm not gonna need another one. So, luckily, the food and elixirs and like the time rate for that is like it's time outside the game. So 12 minutes for me, not 12 minutes for Link, because otherwise that would be over in like a flash. Mm. There's something so tragically beautiful in seeing ruins like that. Like, you know what they used to look like, and you just... I can't even come close to what it used to be. But it's still beautiful, you know? I might be rambling a little bit. Well, it didn't work that time, but normally you can get in an extra jump before he automatically jumps to get up onto something. But if you do it wrong, as you see, you end up jumping right at the edge there where you didn't need to, and then... Anyway. So a good tip for the cold resistance thing here is just go and register each travel spot, because a few seconds in the cold isn't going to hurt you, and the inside of the shrines are all pretty much temperature controlled. So if you just, even if you've only got 4 minutes, you should still be able to pretty much get it. So you just register it, and then you can travel here from wherever you like. Whoops. Whoop. Alright. So, instead of going and doing that shrine, my usual trick is to go and, you know, traverse the section, get up to the next one. Whoop. And, that way you don't waste your cold resistance. I mean, I don't think it's going to be a problem this time, because I've got a good 10 minutes left. But if you've only got 4 minutes, for instance, like if you couldn't find any more of those spicy peppers, then you definitely want to conserve your cold resistance. Ugh. Snow's a pain, to be honest. Oh, an archer. Fantastic. That's just not what you want. Oh, fantastic. There we go. Alright, that's not going to be a problem anymore. Cool. So, if there's no archer, you can generally speaking just sort of run away from them. But archers are usually, they've got pretty good aim, which is annoying. The snow slows you down until a section much further into the game where you can get some snow boots. So I say giving you tips for something that most people have already played. So you can either do the quest in the game and be given a piece of warm clothing by this guy, or do it this way, where you just get to the top of this section here. I'll point it out in a sec. And then he'll just give it to you for managing it. Ta-da! Free clothing. Not that I need it yet, so I won't be bothering just yet, but, you know. So, fall damage is a pain, and definitely something to be aware of. But there's sections you can sort of maybe fake it a little bit. Just find something that sort of looks only mildly steep, and then you'll fall off the edge, like with Link trying not to fall. Which helps cancel the fall damage. Also, I find going up the back of this is much easier than dealing with those guys. Of course, if it was nighttime, then you could probably just sneak past them, but it's not, so. And, you know, if you've got the DLC, then, you know, extra chests. This almost never works for me, but, oh yeah, that's right. No paraglider. Of course it's not going to work. Alright. A lot of times, once you do have the paraglider, you can jump off of something that's close and then just sort of paraglide for a few seconds, and it just sort of slams you into the edge, and then you'll be climbing it from then. Okay, this is getting super long, so I'm going to end it here, and then we will do, we'll start again from, you know, in the next video. So, words, those are a thing. Hold on. Alright, cool. Well, will see you all in the next video.